Hi everyone, my name is Armine Bazikyan from Bazikyan Law Group. I'm an attorney here in Los Angeles. Our practice focuses on estate planning, so wills and trusts. And I wanted to make this video addressing couples who have chosen not to be legally married. So for those of you out there that are in a relationship and you are not legally married and you have chosen not to be legally married for whatever reason, or for those of you out there that are divorced from your significant other but have chosen to be in a relationship. So you have a legal divorced status, but you're still together, you still live together, you have assets together, and you raise children together. This video is specifically intended for you. So with a new age, obviously, nowadays a lot of couples are choosing not to take on that status of being legally married for whatever reason. And so with that, the choice not to be legally married actually impacts your legal rights. So if the state of California has not placed a married stamp on you and your partner, that means that you cannot take advantage of certain laws that are out there designed to protect you. Most specifically, within the probate code, married couples are entitled to inherit from each other when one person passes away. But if you're not legally married, you don't have that right. So for example, if John and Sally are in a relationship, they don't want to get married, they will never get married, and John is the one that owns the home and Sally lives there and makes payments on the mortgage. She considers it to be hers too because she helps with the mortgage, but her name is not on title for whatever reason. When John passes away, Sally has no rights under the probate system. She's not legally his spouse. She's just a girlfriend, right, at that point. So she can't petition the court and ask the court to give her the property. More problematic is if they have children that they share together. So the probate system in that situation would allow John's children to inherit from him. And if they're young, if they're under the age of 18, it won't be distributed to them, obviously, because they're too young. So there'll be a need for a court guardianship to be put in place. So it really limits what can be done with the property. And it creates this entirely new problem for Sally in life, where she's living in a home with her kids that belongs to her, but she has to go to court every time she wants to refi the house, or if she wants to sell it, she has to ask a court's permission, a judge's permission. So it really creates a huge burden for the surviving partner. And that's just one example of a type of law that you cannot take advantage of if you are not legally married. I'm not saying that with the intent of convincing you to go get married if you don't believe in the institution or the status or the label. It's simply to highlight what will happen. There are things you can do, obviously, within the estate planning world. We can always put together a trust that will outline exactly what you want to happen at your death. So it doesn't have to go to probate. It actually should not go to probate. It should be distributed privately through a trust. So, for example, if John and Sally went in and created a trust, John could have made Sally a beneficiary. So at his death, the house could have gone to Sally, or it could have gone to the kids, but Sally could have been placed in charge of everything. So there's all these things that we can do. There's property tax laws that we want to take advantage of, and if you're not married, we have to do it in a certain way. There are capital gains laws that you cannot take advantage of if you're not married, but if we do a trust, we can kind of try to figure out a way to take advantage of some of those laws. And finally, there are healthcare laws out there that do not allow non-spouses to make medical decisions. So for example, if John is in the hospital and he's on life support, Sally cannot pull the plug or do anything that he would have wanted her to do. She's not in charge. She is not legally married to him, so she has no authority. So it might be a situation where she's battling it out with his next closest kin on his medical decisions, and a lot of times it's an unfair situation. So if you want to make sure that your estate goes to the right people, to your partner, that you've been with for all these years, whether you have a trust or not, contact our office. We provide free consultations. We'll help you review whatever you have, and if you don't have anything in place, we'll sit down with you as a couple and we will figure out a very unique special plan that works for you guys and that can help you secure what you have that's most valuable, your assets, and it will help you organize and strategize on what happens for your joint children and your children from previous relationships if you have any. So feel free to contact our office. We work with couples who are not legally married all the time. We work with couples who have divorced but have stayed together all the time. So feel free to contact us for a free consultation.